Hey guys, welcome back, and if you've been already, thanks for coming back. As usual, I hope you had a great week. Now in this video, we got to do a weld repair on this engine case. I think at one point this bike lost a chain, which it completely ripped off the part that holds the clutch arm actuator and left it open and exposed. So we had a lot of welding to do on this, and I think it took about 2 days between welding and grinding, but it looks good. I think I'm happy with the way it turned out in the end. But you guys have a look and let me know what you think down below.
So, I think we're going to try and get prepared for welding this. Aluminium, guys, it needs to be spotless clean if you're going to weld it. And by spotless, I mean clinically clean, surgically clean. So I'm going to try and clean as much of this as I can just with a degreaser. I'll try and get the paint off all around the inside here. So, just so you can see, it's that little hole in there that I'm trying to weld. I want to fill that gap. It's not a problem. I mean, if there was no mechanical parts in there, it's not a problem. Like, I mean, the oil that's on the outside is the same as on the inside. But the fact that the kickstart, I'll show you later when it comes to actually putting it back in, but there's a lever for the kickstart that needs to rest against the case on the other side. So if that hole is there, it can't rest against it. So that'll need to be filled up and then cleaned up on the inside. Yeah, so we'll get to the cleaning. So we've degreased that as much as possible. What I've got here is some acetone. I'm going to use that and just try and remove as much of that oil as possible from in around there. The next step, take this brush and clean off as much of that paint as possible and try and bring up the bare aluminium. This is a stainless steel wire brush. It's for aluminium only. And for those of you watching in the States, yeah, I know, we call it aluminium. Okay, so we've degreased it, acetone, wire brushed. It looks as clean as it's gonna get in there, I think. I think I might try some heat on that also, because this has been soaked in oil its entire life, so an aluminium is slightly porous, so I'm gonna try and put some heat on that, get the aluminium to sweat a little bit. Might bring out some of the oil out of the metal. The cleaner we get this, the easier it is going to be to weld, because like I said before, these cases are not always the best quality of aluminium in there, so the cleaner we get it, the better. Just going to go nice and steady, and rather than focused heat on that one area only, I'm going to try and heat the whole surrounding area also. Remember, if you do this, guys, as well, give the acetone time to evaporate. I've never tried to put a torch to it, but I don't want to be the first to do it. Okay, we try that. Give that time to cool down. I'll wipe it down with some more acetone again. Now we're all set up and we're ready to start laying down some beads. I'm going to see if I can do this without using a backing plate or anything like that. If I can just gently fill this side and then maybe flip it over, put some more fill on the other side, and then grind it down and make it look original. That's what I'm going to try and do first, so I'll get to it. That went okay. Got a nice bead down in there. Fill a lot of that gap.
the way through. A little bit more on this side. Let my torch cool down a little.
Once we clean that up with the die grinder now, that's back as good as new.
Better than new.
So now I'm just going to slide that case out of the way. Just let that be cooling down naturally over there. I'm going to get cracking on cleaning this one. This is the bad boy here. This is the one that's going to test me. In fact, I think it tested whoever tried it before. Can it be saved? Well, I'm thinking, grind all this off, leave nothing but this section only, where the bearing is housed. Obviously seems to be maybe 4mm bigger all round, 3-4mm bigger all round. So if I cut off all this, machine a new piece on the lathe, I'll leave that section. Yeah, I'll leave that section. Machine a half semicircle and try and weld that in around, clean up the welds. Now there is a piece that goes on here as well. That's going to be tricky. I'm going to try and see if I can get that back on. Yeah, once I got that half circle piece around, clean it up with a grinder, send it off to be vapor blasted, and then all blend in nicely. These bearings are usually difficult to get out. Not this one though. Easy access. So this is the piece. Now I'm going to leave the chain guard on there because this is the piece I was talking about earlier. That's going to be difficult to reposition. So this chain guard bolts onto there and slides over the gear shift lever. So can anyone tell me, what is that? Is that aluminium? Is that TIG welded or brazed? Or is that something that you mix in a packet? Anyways, let me know if you guys know what that is. There's a lot of grinding.
Right, I think we got most of that cleaned up. Can't take any more material off than that, but that brings me back to a nice solid base. I think, you know, I was going to order, well I have already ordered, a piece of aluminium, and I was going to machine it on the lathe and try and make this shape. You know what, we're going to go back to the old fashioned way of doing things. I'm going to machine a bit of a backing plate, for want of a better word. It's going to fit inside there nicely. So if you see, there's 3 steps. We've got the inner diameter, the outer diameter where the bearing sits, and then the upper one, let's say, where you have a seal, I'm guessing. So I'm going to machine a shaft that's going to go in there with 3 stages. It's going to fit in there nicely, and then I'm going to form some aluminium around that, weld it, and do the same around the top. The top section is going to be mostly weld build up and then machine down afterwards. Still don't know yet how I'm going to machine this. Ideally I do it on a lathe, only I don't have one or space for one. So we'll get cracking with the welding first.
slide that case out the way. Just let that be cooling down naturally over there. So, check out this. We made some good progress today. So we managed to get this done. That is going to allow us to weld nicely around that now and match that shape. So it fits in there nicely. It's a little rougher on the back side. It kind of looks rougher than it is. It is slightly low, but anyways, it's not going to matter around that side. I'm going to put that side on the back. So I've got a good surface on the front. So the idea is to weld around this, and this is going to stop too much welded aluminium from going inside, which leaves me less machining to do afterwards. I don't want to just fill up the inside with weld, so I want to just nicely weld around the outside. So if you notice when I was cutting this and drilling it, I didn't use any cutting fluid or lubricant on it because I don't want to contaminate this whole area. So I did do all of that cut and dry. I drilled it dry. Also I drill a hole right through it just in case I need to tap this and use it to pull it out after. You never know, we'll see how this goes, how it works out. But yeah, I think that's not a bad day's work. Okay, I think that's cooled down enough now. I'm kind of two minds here. Thinking, should I cut another piece and try and form another piece around this? It only needs to be maybe 5 mil high. This looks a lot bigger than 5 mil alright, but to the actual top of the case where the seal sits is only 5 mil. Or should I just build it up with weld and machine it down after? At the end of the day, I'm going to have to file all of this down after with the die grinder, and then machine it nicely inside. So I think we'll try and give it a shot and just put down some weld and see. And hopefully that weld doesn't stick to this steel pin too much.
So, after like 3 hours straight grinding, no, I'm only kidding, it was more like 4.5 hours. Welding, grind some more, weld some more. It's still not finished. It's getting close though, and I am happy with it. I did take off a little bit too much, so I put another bead on there, so I'm going to grind that down a bit more. Even after I've got all this shaped nicely, and right now I'm just kind of doing the rough shape. I will still go over all this again and clean it up properly and get a perfect shape on it then. I had to put a bit more of I had to fill a bit more in here in this area, and around the top, a little bit in the corner, and some on this side also, and grind it down again. But yeah, it's just a process of grind it down. If I'm a little low in places, I'm going to fill it again. It's getting there. It's getting there. Oh, by the way, my compressor is getting way too hot. It's not meant to be running this long. So, maybe something like that. Okay, I think this is done. A couple of things I'll do differently next time. Buy a new case. Don't restore old bikes. No, I'm just kidding. I think that's actually turned out quite well. I'm pleased with that. You know what, when I send that away now for vapor blasting, that and the other half case, this is all going to blend in nicely. I'm going to check it for cracks and make sure it's perfect. And then we can start reassembling the engine. So between this, cylinder, crank, it's going to be a complete rebuild. I'll get new bearings for it all around. New washers in the transmission, new seals everywhere. Yeah, this is going to be nice. New studs in the head. It's taking shape.